But I am by trade a necromancer. You know what that means, right?
You have sex with dead people.
File, necrophile. A necromancer can bring the dead to life!
Hello. Today I wanted to go over how being a proper necromancer works in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. I'm not referring to the wizard subclass, but rather the ability to take a shiftless pile of bones and work it into something useful. While perusing the spell list, you'll notice that there is no longer an Animate Dead spell. Animate Dead has been a staple of tabletop fantasy since its debut in Men and Magic for the original Dungeons & Dragons back in 1974. No doubt that has left all you would-be necromancers wondering, how can I get my hands on an undead horde to do my bidding? Well, let me break it down for you. In order to turn a corpse into an undead abomination in the eyes of Pharasma, you will need to know the Create Undead ritual. Rituals are a new addition to Pathfinder. These are powerful magical effects that are available to anyone who meets the requirements, meaning that reanimating the deceased is no longer a trick limited to the magically inclined. The Create Undead ritual requires the user to meet the following requirements. 1. The user must know the ritual. This may seem obvious, but rituals aren't a character option upon leveling up, and according to the core book, the knowledge of how to cast rituals is uncommon. So you'd likely need to find the instructions in a Lich's Palace, or be friends with a necromancer. If you're looking to make some skeletons, make sure that your DM knows this is your plan so he can give you an avenue to obtaining this information. Number 2. Your level. Rituals can only be conducted by users whose level is twice that of the ritual's level rounded up. In this case, Create Undead is a 2nd level ritual, so you'll need to be level 3 minimum. Number 3. Skill. Rituals have skill requirements of the primary caster. In this case, you'll need to be an expert in either Arcana, Occult, or Religion. Additionally, you'll need a secondary caster to assist you who is required to make a Religion skill check. I assume this is in order to deceive the goddess Pharasma, so she doesn't immediately smite your newborn bone baby. Number 4. The cost. Depending on the level of the undead you're attempting to create, the black onyx consumed in the ritual has to be a certain value, starting at level -1 undead for 15 gold pieces. The average wealth of a 3rd level player is roughly 75 gold pieces, so creating an undead is quite the investment. Now that you understand where your character needs to be at in order to actually perform the ritual, on to actually performing the ritual. The time each ritual takes is listed in 8-hour days. Thankfully, Create Undead only requires 1 day of chanting and circle drawing.
Okay, stand back. Woo! Mama say, mama saw, mama saw, mama say, mama saw, mama saw, mama say.
There are 2 casters, the primary and the secondary. The secondary caster has no requirements, so you can pull any gutter-dwelling wretch off the streets who's willing to help you. But you'll likely want someone more competent, as they're going to be required to make a DC 19 religion check. Their roll determines any bonuses or penalties that will be applied to the caster's primary roll against a DC 24 in their chosen skill. The result of the ritual depends on a few variables. Is the undead intelligent, unintelligent, and is it 4 levels lower than the caster? Should the primary caster critically fail their roll, regardless of what they attempted to create, it will awaken into this world with a burning desire to slay their maker. Regular failure just means that the festering carcass you attempted to animate remains a decaying reminder of our own mortality. However, should you succeed, if the creation is intelligent, it comes into being with a friendly attitude towards the primary caster. If it is unintelligent, it has no feelings and will just wander off to be a general nuisance to the surrounding area. But, if it is 4 levels lower, it'll become a minion. Minions can be given direct commands that they must obey. Bear in mind that the ritual limits the primary caster to a total of 4 undead minions at any given time. In the event of a critical success, anything at least 4 levels lower still becomes a minion. Anything unintelligent can be given 1 command that they will uphold indefinitely, and intelligent awaken with a helpful attitude towards the creator. Despite still being evil, they'll be very accommodating to any request for assistance. While the availability of undead servants has been severely limited, I don't necessarily consider that a bad thing. Action economies are far more stable. It makes the process of being a true necromancer, dancing the line between life and unlife, more than just grabbing the right spell when it becomes available. There's a lot of work involved in reanimating a corpse, and if you think minions being 4 levels lower makes them worthless, then just you wait till you're level 20 and there's 4 avatars of death scouring Galorian in search of those ruffians that stole your sweet roll when you were level 1. Hey, thanks for watching this video. I am putting these together in some attempt to teach myself the new rules of Pathfinder 2nd Edition, so if you want to see more stuff like this, please just let me know in the comments below.